Colors on the left side on the truck with the water lifting your colors. Because the round cage, see that the dog looks like a dome, but the dome of the car, the white is empty at the bottom, only this cage one.
Gucken, ob sie da reinfahren. Boç, üret.
That's my face.
Our world destination team.
I'm gonna be the future.
To 12.
Yes, for the French regiments! Let's go!
slide here.
When you're playing with your G-Man.
Oh boy. 이건이 형
snake sweat. Now that turns people into snakes.
Thank you so much. Oh, hello, we have another coffee over here. Have you seen Mr. Whitby yet?
No i namiot tam będą obsługi.
Pizza
Kosmetyka.
Thank you. altezza.
I did not walk, I saw it, but it's pretty cool. I can make this summer. You can see them. Bring your fire.